Hi guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Shanice. I want to thank everyone that's new here. I saw I hit 300 subscribers or over 300 subscribers by the time I drop this now. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I am just really excited because I've been using this channel to really keep myself on track with, my progression with the word, and I am so glad that so many of you have decided to come on this journey with me. And thank you for always encouraging me in the comments, and thank you for every one of you that shares and just interacts with me. I really appreciate it, and I love you all so much. And I'm so excited about this video today because I will be talking about my top five Pastor Chris messages that I would recommend any one of you to watch. So if you already don't have the Pastor Chris Digital Library or PCDL app, you should go and download it for free from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. And I highly encourage you to be a gold member just like I am because it'll help you. You are able to watch whatever message you want. You're able to have all that's on there. You can watch it all for free regardless of what it's supposed to cost. You can watch it for free. So go and be a gold member right now if you're already not. But I will go ahead and I'll always count down from my top five. So number five, I'm gonna give number five to the message called Attitude. And as soon as you download the Pastor Chris Digital Library app, you'll see that message. It's the first, I think it's like one of the first free messages that is recommended to you. It's so crucial. It's so crucial that you read this or that you listen to this message because I think what it does for you is it gets you in the right mind frame, first off, on how you're supposed to feel, how you're supposed to react. I feel like a lot of the times this world just wants to get certain reactions out of you. And Attitude is a really good way to just get started on your journey with the Pastor Chris Digital Library app. So if you haven't already listened to it, Attitude, it's a free message. Go and listen right now. The next message I will recommend, my number four pick, it's actually a series of messages, like it's ongoing. So as you know, every month we have the communion service with our man of God, Pastor Chris, and he tells us what the message of the month is. And so they normally will curate that message and have it on there for free. Regardless of if you're a gold subscriber or you're not subscribed, you just have SPs or whatever, you can watch those messages for free. So for instance, at the time of this recording, we're in the month of April, and April is our month of light. And so you get to hear Pastor Chris talk about, the verses that, brought about that message of the month. Same thing, you have every single month going forward. I highly recommend that, especially for people who do not get to participate in the live communion service. This is a great way to keep, the message of the month in focus and, have that message to meditate on. And even if you do watch the message live, throughout the month, you can just go and, refresh your mind, wonder what the Spirit has in store for you. Because every time you listen to a message, it's new. It's like there's something else to discover from the message. Anyways, number three. So this one you do have to pay for. I personally have just this I have this message downloaded on my phone. I have it downloaded. It's called Heirs of Bondage, and you may be shocked, like, why would she recommend that? But I really think this is a message that every single Christian needs to listen to at least once in your life. I've listened to this message going upwards of like 8 to 10 times, I think. I think that the principles that Pastor Chris goes over here, they're not things that we talk about so often, or at least not in my opinion. I don't think it's talked about often enough. And it's an older message, but I think it's so relevant to a lot of Christians to understand their spiritual principles, deep spiritual principles that a lot of the times you can gloss over. You're focusing on maybe the more major principles to get to where you want to be. but then sometimes you see that there's still something amiss. And I think that's where that Heirs of Bondage message really comes into play, because it really will help you get in the mind frame of, okay, this is what you need to know for your next level. This is what you need to know to break free of certain shackles and, certain spiritual places that you want to go to, like, or things that are holding you back that you may not have been aware of. I really highly recommend this Heirs of Bondage message if you haven't already read it. Now, my number 2 message, this one is a doozy. The Your Love World Specials with our man of God, Pastor Chris. So, for those who don't know, Your Love World Specials is like, it's ongoing. There's going to be another one here in just the next month, really in 3 weeks. So it keeps compounding on its own. And, these were messages that started really during the pandemic, where Pastor Chris really delves into, I feel like, some scriptures that people like to gloss over, like in Revelations. I feel like before Your Love World Specials, no one was really talking about the book of Revelation like that. But now we do. Now we are decoding everything. We know what's to come, and I highly recommend it. If you haven't already started, oh man, there's a lot of it. But that's what's so great about it, is that there is a lot of it. And, you can just binge watch, have your book ready to take notes. I mean, there were times we had to be taking quizzes on these things. Like these principles that, Pastor Chris was telling us. I feel like if you finish watching the Your Love World Specials, you may as well just go and do your master's in divinity. Like it's so good. It's so good. Like Pastor goes into a lot of depth on some things that I feel like, for the most part, people don't really talk about the Bible. What does the Bible say about the Antichrist, about rapture? Like what is there? I think a lot of the time Revelation scares people, and so they don't really pay attention or listen. But all of the Your Love World Specials are on the PCDL app, and as a gold member, you can watch all of them. But I highly recommend that whenever Your Love World Specials are airing live, that you just go ahead and participate, so you don't have to play catch up. Some honorable mentions before I go to my number 1. I feel like people who know me already know what my number 1 is, but some honorable mentions, I will just say, whatever the message of the week is, pay attention to whatever it is that is the message of the week. It's on the app. You can just type message of the week and it'll pop up for you with whatever that week's message is. And I am going to be posting them on here. I won't give you the full rundown, so you still have to watch it. But this way we both keep each other, in check, make sure that we are holding each other accountable to watch those messages. So whatever the message of the week is, make sure you watch it. The other thing I will say is that the PCDL app is it's great. So if there is something that you feel like is lacking in your life, like, oh, I want my faith to be stronger, go listen to How to Make Your Faith Work. There's different messages. Just type in faith and you'll see, a whole list of messages come up for you. Messages on giving your first fruits, things like that. Go and just search it and it'll come up for you. So that's my notable mentions for you. Now, my number 1 most recommended Pastor Chris message is going to be sound code. Oh my goodness. So I've already done, I think I posted a review or recap of, the first part of sound code message on PCDL. But when I tell you, this message, if you just listen to it, if you give yourself over to it and you just listen to it over and over and over again, it will give you such deep truths and revelations into your spirit as to how to think, how to speak, why these principles work the way they do. You think about God and how he made the universe, and I'll just stop talking and you can go watch my recap. But those are my top 5 recommendations. Thank you for sticking with me. And as always, I hope you have a blessed rest of your week. I love you and God bless you.